All right, you're asking for it, so here it is. Listen to this.
I want you folks laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking, singing, swinging, all that shit, dog. We sweating, getting wet, all that.
All right, welcome to the 200th episode of the Drinking Partners Podcast. We doubled up on the centennial. This is our Agent Zero episode because I fucks with Gilbert Arenas and just everything you get. And
Meta World Peace.
Meta World Peace, even though I don't know what that's got to do with this. Because those are two different people. And that is a microcosm of this cast. Yeah, Meta World Peace is different.
World Peace is
That's not Gilbert Arenas. That's Ron Artest.
That's Ron Artest.
Gilbert Arenas.
But didn't he have the 00?
I don't know. Meta World Peace, I think, wore like 93 or some crazy shit. Like when he came back with the Rockets. He was 15 with the Pacers. I believe he was like number 90 something with the Lakers. But Gilbert Arenas was number 0, and he pulled a gun on his teammate in the locker room. That's just the most gully, stupidest shit. It was like over a card game. But here's the thing: he cashed out, and that's why I love. Like he still made over like $100 million with them, but he just cashed out and pulled a gun on his man's. Didn't go to jail. He just didn't have to hoop no more. Like that's like in that. Like I wish in my life I could pull a gun on a coworker and I just leave with all the money and none of the responsibility of production. Like that would be. Shout out to him. He's a legend. He's a legend. He was the first dude to shoot the ball and then just walk away with his arms out and miss the shot. Like shout out to Gilbert Arenas, man.
He's a meme.
He's legend. We're legends. We're memeable. we are what you want the representatives of your city to be. Right. What you want your media to be. We reach back to the community. We have fun with them. We fucking patronize, you know what I mean? We don't just be talking this shit. We're out here in the community spending our dollars. We push the culture forward. We got we pushed even before that with the podcast, pushing the shit forward. Just live events, all that, man. I'm sorry, I ain't even introduced myself. For those who didn't listen to the previous 199 episodes,
if you're new,
I'm half of the hosting tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined as always with my co-host Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you peoples? We are the Drinking Partners 200. If you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnerSpod, man. 200 episodes. 200 episodes we've been asking y'all, man, and we going to continue to ask you, man. Please hop on iTunes, rate and review. That's how we know. That's how we know we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well, and that's how we continue to do well, man. So please hop on iTunes, man. Hop on Facebook, rate and review.
Hop on the internet, goddamn it. Yeah. All right, listen. You love us.
Mm-hmm.
You see us in public. You tell us you love us.
You do.
And that was public. The word that I said. I don't know what I said when I said it. This is episode 2 of 2 because this is 200.
2 of 2.
All right, this is 2 of 2. So, and we're gonna be we're going to be slithered, all right? This is what happened. This is a celebration, motherfuckers. But you see us in public. You tell us you love us. You see us in public. But we need you at the click of a button to tell the internet, tell the world, tell everybody you know about PartnerSpod, about Drinking Partners, all right? And listen, 199 episodes we've said this. Episode 200, we're going to say it again.
We're going to keep saying
We're going to keep saying this, motherfucker, because we keep getting these shots of Henny. So in lieu of rates and reviews, we do take shots of Henny. Shout out to Car Guy DJ and the Conways for starting the trend. Shout out to everybody who's kept that shit going, for everyone who supported us, for everybody who has been integral to getting these 200 episodes out, the countless live things we've done, the festival, all this shit. Like, this doesn't happen without the support of the people. Like, this isn't just Day and I coming in here being cool, funny motherfuckers and having arguments on the internet. That's not what this is.
We ain't two just motherfuckers in a basement in Allentown arguing with each other, man. Like, you guys have made it a thing, man. Like, all the live events, like all of the, the podcasting and whatnot, like online, the movement. I mean, like just the empowerment of not only the empowerment, man. Like, and it's not just us, it's the community, man. I feel like, through this, we started this on some like, all right, well, how can we get our name out there? And like, it turned into, how can we get Pittsburgh's name out there, man? Like, I mean, and the people in this community and man, you motherfuckers have shown up and shown out, and we appreciate you for that. That is the most loving motherfucker that
that's all the positivity we gonna get. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it honest. Y'all done made me bougie as fuck. I'm cutting lines now. I don't stand in lines no more. I'm walking around talking about I'm Ed Bailey. You don't know? Yeah, that's me. Check it. You look online. Check my resume. I'm out here.
Get a little free.
They try to act like he don't do it, but they'll text me about some shit, and I'm like, yo, do I got to get tickets? He's like, we're the drinking partners. Like, you can't text a drinking partner like, we're the drinking partners. And like, it's funny because I'll read the text and be like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we are.
Ain't lying.
I should be able to get in.
Yo, man. Shout out to Pittsburgh. Shout out to the peoples, man. This has been dope, man.
No, this has been a hell of a ride.
Yo.
We're looking forward to 200 more. We're just looking forward to more dope shit, man.
Yeah.
Just, whatever y'all want to see, I think we can make that shit happen. Like, if you wanted a festival, we put a festival together.
Yo, it's crazy seeing. It's crazy seeing like what we're like when we talk to people now, it's a different like feeling. I mean, before like for years, and which it was a lot of scrapping, like just trying to get people to like to buy in and see the value in what we're doing and whatnot. And nowadays, like now our conversations are a little different, and like people want to kind of push that. And as a result, we're able to do a bit more, even for the community. I mean, like community outreach programs that we got coming up, with Fresh Fest, like empowering the community through that. I mean, paying a lot of the comics. Like I said, we pay our artists, always pay our artists. I mean, so like when you support drinking partners, you're not just supporting us, you're supporting breweries, you're supporting small businesses, you're supporting artists. I mean, you're supporting a community in a city of people.
Supporting the culture, man. You're supporting the changing of the guard here in Pittsburgh. Like, the way the city should be viewed, with all the talent, with all the shit that's going on, we should be viewed as a destination city. Somebody should want to come here and be like, I'm trying to get to boom, 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 boom. We got to start bringing people in for tourism. Like we got the transplants, we got them to stick. Like we got all the professionals to stick. Now we got people, we got to take advantage of people coming in who want to get a little piece of our culture and take it back home because it's here. You know what I mean? And we can help you with that. So
shout out to Fresh Fest, baby. Yeah, I mean, like if you're talking if you're talking about things that bring motherfuckers to a city, yo, people got this shit on their calendar. People got August 10th on their calendar in California and Texas and Guatemala and India and
Maryland.
Canada.
It was like,
bruh,
we coming up strong. I'm like, come through. I ain't seen you in 2 years, but come through.
Niggas in New Orleans, like, man, they coming from all over the place, coming to Pittsburgh for that, man. Like, if you ain't got your tickets, you better get them. They will sell out. We ain't got no extras. We ain't got no little, like,
we can't create more land.
Yeah. It's a finite
and
building.
Motherfuckers be there all day.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't like a festival where, you come early and leave early because you got to do something. Nah, motherfuckers be there all day.
Bruh. Yeah, it's a, what are we looking at? About like 10 hours this year? It was about 10-hour festival, and motherfuckers gonna be there for like 10 hours. You know what I mean? When you get in, whatever ticket package did you hop on the VIP, we got Garrett Oliver coming in. We got New Belgium in Miami, like in the building. We got all these folks coming into town. If you're gonna be there, you're gonna be there all day. Make sure you get your ticket early and come through. It's not just going to be a great thing for for the Black community and the brew community. It's gonna be a great thing for Pittsburgh in general, man. Like this city, I feel like this year, this festival, like, and not only do we feel that way, USA Today apparently feels that way too. So listen, we ain't been chasing the newspaper.
Vote or die, vote or die. We reviving Diddy's slogan. Vote or die.
Vote or die, man. USA Today right now. If you go on to 10best.com or usatoday.com, man, Fresh Fest is up in the running for best beer festival in America, man. Like that is huge. That's super huge. So please hop on 10best.com or usatoday.com. You can vote every day. We actually kind of need you to vote every day. We're in the #1 spot right now. We'd like to keep that. That again, that brings a lot of notoriety to Pittsburgh and what we're doing here for the podcast, and keeps things going. So appreciate that. 200 episodes strong. Appreciate the support leading up to it, and we appreciate the support moving forward.
So in the immediate, if you want to support us in the immediate, we do have a show here at Contra Theater on March 30th. We bringing in Sam B. Samantha Bentley gonna headline that thing. And if you haven't seen Samantha on stage, you need to get your ass out here. We got 2 shows that night. Get your ass out there and watch her because she's funny as hell. All right. So ContraTheater.ticketleap.com to get your tickets. It's BYOB and craft samples, ampersand in addition to, as well as, however you want to say it. You can bring your own, and we'll bring some to supplement what you got. We, you know what I mean? We gonna cultivate that night for you. So, fellas, you know, whoever's trying to head a night, you know, do the date night thing, and you want to do it within a budget. Damn that app that they doing on the internet, talking about, oh, I can get my paycheck early. No, make your paycheck work for you. Come to us. It's affordable.
Work smarter, not harder.
Work
bruh.
smarter, not harder.
Yeah,
all right, bring your ass out the compton.
you talking about like a $40 night. That's a date night, and you getting this BYOB and this free beer. And Union Brothers, they coming through. They ain't even open yet, man. So you can't even buy this shit on the streets right now. So you getting some exclusive shit through Union Brothers. They're opening up over in Zelienople here this year. And last month, man, they really showed out. I'm pretty excited about like them coming into the scene.
They set the bar pretty high.
Bruh, like
with variety, amount.
Yeah,
they were interacting with the folk. Like they was having a little. I was like, yo, we try to throw a show. These motherfuckers throwing a party in the lobby.
Like motherfuckers didn't even want to go to see the guy. They was just out in the lobby,
just in the lobby chilling. Like,
bruh. So shout out to them. They are going to be something special when they open up. And if you want to get a little preview of that, come through March 30th, comptontheater.ticketleap.com, and let's get into this motherfucking episode.
So in the vein of something special, we have a special group of individuals who are chilling with us, and we had to bring in 200. It's a celebration, man. Yeah. So please listen with us. Please sit here and enjoy, because we have. Is this the third time he's on the podcast?
I want to say the third. Is it the
it's
third?
It's the big homie, pretty Ricky. And we have a special guest, a longtime supporter, a family member. We got Chris Horner in the building. Say what up to the people.
Hey, what's up, people?
Yeah, man.
Pretty Ricky. You gotta say what up.
What up?
Okay. He's a brand new person.
So
I was trying to be like Dave Bracey. What up?
So I'm super excited about this episode. So Chris Horner, for the folks listening at home, 20-some years at Trib, Hall of Fame photographer, one of the dudes that put me D with beer. I've learned so much sitting in his basement drinking beer. Ricky always is coming through trying to like stunt on me. You know what I mean? Whenever he's like on this,
now.
Yeah, I mean he trying. You know what I mean? So I figured 200 episode. I got this. This is the only bottle of beer I've ever aged ever. I got one. A friend of ours, Ren, bought this beer. He was like, "Listen, I don't even drink beer, but I know you into beer or whatever." There's this brewery, and it's out in Cali, called The Brewery, and it's called Black Tuesday, and it's an imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels, and it's like 20%.
God damn it! You gotta tell me this before we come here.
19.9%. This has been aging in my basement for 3 years. It's the only beer that I've ever aged in the history of everness. So 200 right here. Let's pour these up. Fellas. This is
some bullshit. You know I gotta go home and be a father. I can't fucking. This is crazy.
So yeah, I'm
you
super
can't surprise
excited.
people with a 20%.
I just wanted to make sure Ricky wasn't the only dude in here with some shit, because I knew he was gonna come with a bag of something. You know what I mean? So, fellas.
God damn, gonna surprise somebody with a 20%.
Yeah,
you ain't worth a damn.
I mean, flavor in there. I don't know. I've never aged a beer, so you gotta tell me if I did it right. From my understanding, you just gotta not touch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you mean? Did you open it during the 20 years? Like,
from my understanding, that's how that works.
That's how I want to raise my kids, but they say that's not how you age children. You gotta teach them things. I want to just leave them in a room and just let the environment work on them, but that don't work.
Put them in an oak barrel.
Children? No, I age my children. I'm about to make t-shirts. Hey. I don't raise my children.
Here's the 200.
My children.
Here's the 200, gentlemen.
Here's the 200.
There we go.
I'm scared. God damn. Get out my face, Buzzy. You don't know how I'm gonna react to this. I gotta be cool on the internet.
It's sweet.
It is sweet. I mean, that's
the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Yeah, no. I mean, 19.9. You're gonna get a. I
like them bourbon. Anything bourbon aged, I think I enjoy.
Yeah. That's I ain't mad, man. At 19.9, it's smooth. It's
too smooth.
It's not and I think that's the aging. And what I just learned recently. I was sitting with Tim Russell from Maggie's Farm or whatever. Is that I guess is it like methanol or whatever is the is what causes like the booziness that makes it like a harsh thing. And as you age it, that evaporates. So that's why aging it makes it, like a smoother thing. So like this right here, when it was first brewed, was probably super boozy and like, heavy. But this is actually like drinkable. It's still a shareable beer. It's a thing that you're not going to drink, like.
Well, no, it's at 20%. Unless it's coming in shot glasses, it's got to be shareable. You're not about to sit here and just pound that 20.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a shareable beer. So I appreciate you gentlemen all for being here.
Let me say before all of this alcohol kicks in, love both of you, but I'm not going to be worth a damn by the end of this podcast. So, yeah, sorry to the listeners. I'm going to say some wild shit.
It's good. It's
a celebration.
Yeah, 200. Ricky Salvage, welcome again.
Pretty Ricky.
Hey, thank you for I'm so honored to be here for this big occasion.
You're here, like we're honored.
Hey, I think I know I was on 100, but I thought the other one was a 50 maybe.
So no, 50
we had
was
Mayor
Peduto.
Yeah,
and I think maybe 75.
Oh, it was at
Black Forge.
At Black Forge, that's where I
that
first
was,
met
St.
you guys.
Patty's Day.
Yeah, I brought my daughter on stage. Shit, I was like, let me try. I was trying to, because I was gonna run for alderman. And I'm like, if they see me with my family, I was posturing for politics, and then I realized with the bike Pittsburgh incident that I would never be elected to public office.
That definitely was around the bike.
That shit it canceled. I was over.
And it was they got you out of there. It was out of paint. All your political hopes.
All that shit is dead. That shit's dead right now.
Peduto can't even get elected off of them. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I always remember you're coming out of rehabilitation party too.
That was down at what was that called?
It's like it
was Baron Batch's spot. Yeah, it was called the Hideout. Okay, yeah. No, that was a wonderful night, and then people coming together to make that possible. I mean, I will forever be grateful for that. And
how are you now?
I'm doing great. I need to ask you the same. I mean, you're on your redemption tour, your rehabilitation tour. Like, it's not. You coming through some shit. You showing some strength right now, so we want to give props to that.
No, I'm glad to hear you say that as I sit here on the couch.
Well, what do you mean? I came straight from the hospital to the couch. I came as soon as I left the hospital, I went to a drinking party show just to let Dave know I'd be back on the couch.
Walked in like me. I was like, "What the fuck? Ain't you supposed to be dead?"
I was looking real sickly, and I didn't realize it until I started to get healthy, and then I looked back at those photos like, "Damn, you look like the Crypt Keeper." I had lost all the weight in my face. I had a fucking bandage on my neck. I had a cast. I was like, I probably shouldn't.
What was the worst part of it? Head?
I didn't have. Well, I couldn't get any. That's so that.
I forgot you guys are comedians.
So I mean, you touched on it. Pause.
Yeah,
you tossed that out like you knew I was gonna go there. Because I was sitting in the hospital room looking at I had a roommate, and I was just like, he was older and he didn't get visitors, so he never left the room. So it was not even any opportunity for us to, you know what I mean? Because I think that would be doper to be in a Mile High Club, like to get fucking sex, get sex with an IV in your arm, like what?
The gown club, like
I'm already ready. All I gotta do is flip the gown. Although I did have on diapers for a while, so I think that's why she didn't want to fuck with me. I had on diapers.
That is not the most.
Yeah, you ain't sexy. I never had a woman unhinge a diaper, unstrap a diper from me. Like, have you had an accident today? Like, no, I'm good. Did she go to unstrap it? It's heavy as fuck, like fam. That stripe done turned blue, fam. You peed in this diaper. You like.
Let me lift your legs up.
Well, yeah, my legs was noodle. Fam.
Y'all did both come out of it with a beard, man. They were stellar beards that came out of that. I think that might
I've been working on the beard.
I said it was a manifestation of laziness.
Yeah.
You just don't want to shave.
I couldn't. So, the only reason I have my beard is because I didn't go to the barbershop for that time. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just keep a beard. But I can't get like a beard. Like he has a beard. I have facial hair. That's different. He has a beard. I have facial hair. So you
Actually, I hadn't had a beard
stash.
since I was in college. It didn't connect right here at the bottom of,
Yeah.
you know, and so I didn't like it in college. But then this time it was okay.
You got a
connected.
mean stash.
It was a full ass.
It was getting to be Santa-esque.
You let it go.
I was impressed with the beard. I was like, all right, I want to see who Ricky's help.
See, you done went corporate now.
Yeah,
You know, there
he
was-
went back to the
Back
There was
corporate
one.
now.
There was one nurse, Deb. She like
It's always that
She had her
one.
hairdressing. She had her hairdresser's license. She always wanted. She goes, "I'm going to shave that beard. I'm going to shave that beard." You
It's
know?
always that one nurse that's touchy. Wifey didn't like the touchy.
But so
nurses.
I actually went online and I bought a beard trimmer set, and it was delivered there to the hospital room. And then the last night I was there, I said, "Deb, you're going to shave my beard."
Yeah.
You
That
know,
was
and she brought it
erotic.
down.
That
She
was
brought it
erotic.
down there. Hey, we
was wild
I'm
erotic.
trying to think somebody either with an iPhone. Yeah, it had to be with an iPhone. I think one of the other administrators there like videoed the whole thing as Deb.
Ooh, you freaky.
Yeah.
Ricky, freaky.
So
Pretty,
do you-
pretty,
do you,
Ricky.
like, do you shave with like a razor, or is that just like electric?
No, I use a razor.
I was gonna say because that's a smooth ass like baby face. That's typically not like I can't get that smooth with an electric. So that's
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was electric, and I didn't know you can actually set them so that you get that 3-day growth, 5-day growth.
Yeah,
look.
no, I don't.
And that's
ever
what
go-
it ended up being. I didn't leave clean shaven from the hospital. I left with a.
I don't ever go past the shadow. Like that's as far down as I go. I can't go naked. I feel. I'm a very thin dude, so I need all the warmth that I can get. You know what I mean? Like all of that shit. So like going down to there, like even in the summertime, I just like I feel like the winds will smack you a weird way. Even in the summertime, man, at 90 degrees, that wind hits you a different way. Like when your face is naked, I feel like I'd be like, maybe.
No, I'm sitting here.
lost.
I'm sitting here with three dudes who can get real beards, and I'm feeling some type of way. Like Chris sitting over here with the full beard, trying to be quiet.
And he got the salt and pepper. Man, I mean, like that. Like I'm a fan. I can't wait to get the salt and pepper going. I mean,
You know what? I have found women do like the salt and pepper. They do
so
like that.
yo, man,
They
you
do like
you're
that salt and
distinguished.
pepper Spinderella shit. I mean, shit. But I can't. I'm jealous of you. Like he asked you, is it razor or whatever? That's not even applicable to me. This is all barber.
Yeah.
This is all barber shop. I mean, do you shave at home, Chris?
Not very often. No.
Okay, good. So we connect on that then. Cool. We cool with that.
It's the laziness factor.
It is. I mean, it's got to be. You got to have some. You have to have some pleasures in life that you just pay for. You know what I mean? Some things that you just pay. And my barber does that. Like I could just shape myself up.
I miss the barber experience. I mean, that's the one thing. Going bald and like doing all my own shit or whatever. I miss that. Like I miss that spray, the smell of that spray. I miss that sting of the. You know what I mean? When you get the like they throw the alcohol pad on that shit. Like I miss that like. That barbershop like
Coming out on the other end of that,
Yeah,
you a new man.
Yeah.
You a different dude than you walked in.
out smelling with that whatever that fucking that spray is that they be having, bro. You walk with that like
Straight to the club. I'm straight to the club.
Yeah, that's my
hair on my
cologne.
shoulders and
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, that's your cologne.
Shake
for
me
the
off,
night.
baby. Shake me off.
I have never been shaved by a barber.
What?
As famous as you
See,
are, didn't nobody just pro bono?
I'm pretty surprised by that. I mean, like I've never
I know
been,
because I do it at home, so it's when
I've
I go to
I've
get my
never-
haircut.
I've never been shaving like my face now. Like with the barber, like the closest I've had is like the edge up. So like with the line, you know what I mean? Like they'll hit you with the straight razor to make sure all your shit is like crisp. You see what I'm saying? But I've never actually been like shaving.
Oh,
the
when
head
they got
to
it and
hole.
they going across the
Yeah,
leather
the-
pad.
Yeah,
I've never clearly.
I've never.
had that.
I don't feel like I don't know if I trust a motherfucker with my neck. Like that's a
true.
razor.
That's true.
It's
And
sharp.
he got you laying over a sink. He could drown you and slit your throat.
You gotta trust the motherfucker. Like
A
I
lot
don't
of these
even.
barbers is ex-felons too. I'm not fucking with that.
Like I don't even trust my girl with a razor. Like
I definitely won't.
Yeah,
She can't come next to you with nothing. I don't know what you think about. What argument is on your mind?
None of that.
I just said a lot of things that I didn't mean. I don't know if any of those come to your mind right now. You need to get away from me with those.
None of that. So, Chris, tell us, I guess a bit of who you are and how you got into photography and the trib and all that. Because like I guess a lot of folks at home don't understand like the icon that like you've created. You've got like the that Super Bowl. What was that Super Bowl?
Santonio cat.
Santonio cat. That Santonio cat. The
You
tip.
caught the Santonio.
That's the toe tip. That's
okay.
And the Hall of Fame did with Hines Ward.
No. That's Heath Miller.
Is that Heath Miller?
That's Heath Miller.
No. Wait, is Heath Miller? Oh, that's Heath Miller in the shot?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you tell it.
I will. Okay, can I say this? And this will be the most blasphemous thing you'll ever hear from a Clevelander. That throw and catch that you captured, that might be the best that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it's without a doubt.
Well, I can't go without a doubt because I'm from Cleveland, but that is that might be. It's in the running, and you captured that moment.
Well, you know the crazy thing about that is I was 120 yards away when I captured that.
That's fucking crazy.
Actually, it's probably further than that because you got the hypotenuse thing marking there. But yeah, I was on the opposite corner of the field, all the way on the other end zone. But I had the perfect clean shot of it. So,
how do you know that shot beforehand, or are you surprised by the outcome? Because I've always envied that.
I'll tell you what, I was surprised at the outcome, and then I'm more surprised when I watched the video of it and you see how fast it happened.
That shit was so like.
I mean, you got Ben scrambling, and I'm just trying to stay up with it all, and he throws the ball. And basically, between me and that play, there's 20 other people.
Mm-hmm.
You're 120 yards away, so that's a lot of shit.
You got 22 guys on the field, and him catching the ball over in the corner. It's just like there's a lot of interference that could happen there, and it just opened wide open for me.
A lot of luck.
So now, a lot of luck. Well, I feel that you positioned yourself appropriately based off experience. But now, as he's scrambling, are you taking flicks the whole time, or are you just waiting for? Yeah,
it's going to be the play of the game either way.
Okay,
so you
win or lose, yeah.
So you got 100 throwaways that we never saw. There's a picture of Ben just looking crazy. There's a picture of Ben looking way out of shape running with the ball They'll use that on some random Facebook article that's supposed to be some spam type shit. That's where those pictures come from.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Is there a market to sell the throwaways that you never? If you can't speak on it, don't. We could talk. We could talk
a little
after.
Like a back page for photos.
But for real, because if you think about it, he's taking all these pictures during this, and the only one that matters is the one to capture. And so you got all these other pictures, and
I think that's called blackmail. All the bad ones.
No, because
I got you in a compromising position.
But you don't necessarily look at it as a compromising position at the time. But when people want to write these dumbass articles. You know how Facebook be having these crazy articles that just be if studies show that people who wear frayed jeans, they just say a bunch of shit and they got to use a photo, and I'd imagine they got to credit someone. They paying for these somewhere. Ain't no back, alley where you make these deals. I got mad pictures of Big Ben. You can see his real stomach. You just off them and they don't know who did it. You ain't even gotta tag me, bro. Just give me 500.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
That's not the thing that I've been most impressed with, throughout your career, and honestly, of the two guys sitting on the couch now, the thing I'm most impressed with is the fact that you know names, you're both historians, right? I mean, you're capturing moments in history and you're relaying those to the people. I mean, there's a story that's been told, and Pittsburgh is alive through that. But the thing is that the names, I sat in Hot Form, and it was the second time we were judging that contest, and we were a little bit better. That time. But the thing that
first time was
that first time we were
I'm still trying to lose
we were
that
embarrassed.
I'm still trying to lose that.
Yo,
I'm just saying it because we just went in too hard, too fast.
First time was wings, wasn't it?
No, the first time was 27 pairings.
It was 27 pairings. Yeah, it was the food beer pairings and shit. And we were over. You and Hal were over there taking little bites and shit because y'all were experts. And me and Ed were eating the whole shit and drinking all the shit. And then about 10 in, we were so how many we got left? They were you got about 17 more. We're what the fuck? And we were eating for 3 hours. Y'all ate for about an hour professionally and had y'all shit in. And then you came over and took a picture of us. Look at these amateur motherfuckers. But The second time we were a little bit, we knew what we were doing, and we actually sat down at the table together. But what what I was impressed by was that all the people that came up and you knew, but you also knew like their names and maybe even a story about
really connect.
yeah, like a connection or whatever. And then there was a story about how maybe a bridge that they had crossed getting there or some shit. Yeah, I mean, or like, whatever. And that's the thing, like, like with Chris, like you have these, like, you take all of these photos, like thousands of photos, but you like remember like high school, like football players' names and shit. Like one of my best friends, like Terrence, he was like, yo, I remember you. Didn't I shoot you like in 98 doing
Is
some?
that the dude who used to come when I first met Day? See, Day has always had entourage. So there was this big dude with dreads. That used to
That's
come
Terrence.
To shows.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And he's like, listen, man, not only, he's like, didn't I shoot you in like 98, whatever? He's like, yo, also, I think I shot your brother. And that's how, like, and that's a crazy memory. Yeah, photography, like, because they both played football. They played football. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
I think I shot your brother.
That's the first time a white dude said, like, yo, I might have shot your brother, and he was like, that might be cool.
No, that was you. No, that was you. Yeah.
But like he was like, yeah, he's like, I think so. And then like he went back and then found the actual photography, like the actual photograph.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Yeah, so like that's the thing that, like, I've always been impressed by was like your abilities to like actually remember people and places and names and stories and whatnot. And like, as people, we don't like, we just live life. And it's those moments that like somebody else is capturing that you don't even know is a special moment until somebody is like, so by the way, da da da. You're like, oh shit, and then you're more ingratiated and even appreciative of that person because you're like, shit. Without you guys, it would have completely like lost. Like my memory or whatever. Like, so how do you like? I don't know. I mean, how do you keep up with that? Like,
well, I mean, you just once you see so many things so many times, it etches into your head. It's the whole photographic memory kind of thing, and it's funny because. I see people out anywhere, and they'll say they know me, and I'll say I know them. And it just it happens all the time. So it's crazy.
Can you teach me that? Because I'm not good at that at all. Because what it is, I see people out and they know me, and I'll be like, I think you're telling the truth. I think we have met.
I think we have met.
Story,
you told me we've met, and I think that is true.
Yeah.
Please give me more information.
Worse is when someone tells you, "Don't you remember me?"
I think that, you know what? Don't ask me that. You can tell if I remember you.
Yeah.
If you say something to me and I do this where my bottom jaw drops and then no, I don't remember you. I just believe you. I believe you. I don't remember what you're talking about. I meet a lot of people. I'm sorry. Just it's okay. It's not. I understand. It might.
Listen,
I don't know. Do that feel?
Reintroduce yourself to me. That's okay.
Is that wrong for me to say reintroduce? I'm terrible at that. Period.
Yeah. No.
Like not even to be just with on some celebrity. No, I'm just terrible at that. I've met multiple people in Camille's family that I've had to tap her on this. Look,
bruh.
The people babysitting my kids right now. I had to text her and be like, "What's their names?"
Yeah,
they're babysitting my children. I just got they're trustworthy. Yeah. They've been with my kids before. What is her name?
Yeah. I mean, say like that was crazy. Like with Kat, her family, like she got a bunch of cousins and this and I'm like, wait,
who's that family function?
Yeah, that
and
family.
And they be wanting to leave you at the family function, and you like, look, I need you to stay attached at the hip.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to be
for
here
the first
for
2
that.
hours.
Yeah, for that reference.
Run
you got to
through.
save me on this shit. You know what I mean,
you got to run me through the whole. You know what I mean? Run me through the guest list. Don't be leaving me off it. I'm over here at the bar. You know people coming to the bar. I don't know none of these motherfuckers.
Hey, Ed.
I don't know how close they are to you.
Yeah.
What sort of memories y'all have? Can I get some sort of reference?
Is that a first cousin?
Index cards. Give your
man the one you don't like.
Give your man index cards. I'll pull out a whole roll. Like, wait, what'd you say your last name was? Your Aunt Ruth, you would take her to church every other Sunday.
Can we institute name tags at family functions? Man?
You make really good collard greens. You got to give a strength and a weakness. Like you
gossips like a motherfucker makes great greens. You be like, oh, okay.
Like when you picking a player on Tekken, like your strength is you're very sympathetic.
pet peeves.
You also have a nice house, but you also have a mean ass dog. Like, let me know. I'll sit there with the index cards like a mug. I need to. Okay, sorry. I'm just money moves all day. I'll put out the family index cards.
I guess. I guess. You know, again, sitting here with a couple of Pittsburgh historians, I guess. I mean, what are like? What's your favorite moment in Pittsburgh? I guess. Yeah. I mean, 200 episode.
Question.
200 episode, man. What's your favorite Pittsburgh moment? I know it's hard. This wasn't meant to be easy.
That's impossible.
What's the moment that made you most proud of the city? What's the moment? And you can. I mean, no one's gonna hold you to it, but us. But you can name a moment that made you look and say, "I'm proud of Pittsburgh."
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the best. It may be a moment.
Yeah, but you know where I am right now.
Yeah, I mean,
my if I were anywhere else, I would say Fresh Fest.
You can say it.
I would say that.
I don't see
my
why
God.
you wouldn't say Fresh Fest. You gotta say so we could get a pretty Ricky Fresh Fest like that.
I mean, it was a great day, and it was like so unlike anything else I'd ever experienced here. And that was
Ricky motherfucking Salvage. That is a huge compliment.
No, it truly was, and it was fun and it was relaxed.
We got a picture with you and D.S. Kinzel in his like ninja suit, man. It was a dope thing, like
being all artsy fartsy.
Yeah.
But I mean, the food was good. There were, everybody was mellow, and it was just really nice. So that was a moment when I thought, I've never been to anything like this before, and it's Pittsburgh.
I remember you saying that, like in the midst of like running around that festival, and like you were one of the few folks that I got a chance to like have a couple of words with. You know what I mean? Running back, like me, Ed, Mike, we were all like running around doing shit, and it was hard. But like I remember you saying, like, you had it, but it means a bit more. I mean, like hearing
it's
it again.
crazy that it stayed with them.
Yeah,
like, it stayed with them, and that was genuine, and we appreciate it.
It was good. No, it was really great.
Crazy. That's crazy.
When you start to talk, and I think about like interviews and stuff, there used to be a radio show. I don't know if if either of you guys have even heard of it though, called Party Line, that was on KDKA radio for like 26 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a husband and wife, Ed and Wendy King.
Okay.
And they just talked. And they took calls. And although the technology existed to put the calls on the air, they never did.
Really?
So it was like podcasting.
It was.
Okay.
Except that they would take calls and they would say, I have a caller on the line. And they would just say what the caller said. Rather than put it on the air, they would put it. But it was sort of addictive. And like my grandmother listened every night, and my mother listened all the time. And
G-Mom.
and
so that was that was like a Pittsburgh, like that was a Pittsburgh like cultural.
It was on KDKA, so at night. And it was on for like 2 hours a night, and then it was 3 hours a night. And KDKA got out.
They were on 3 hours a night.
Yeah.
What era is this?
I'm going to say from 55 till 70.
Oh, so yeah. So this was when like radio was.
It was powerful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And and I mean, there's still some people. KDKA was on all the time, and so. But it also was very powerful. It was, a station that got out, and at night you could hear it all across, the eastern United States at least. And so,
really?
Oh yeah. It was a. I want to say it was like a Clear Channel station, but that has other meanings now. It was I forget what the terminology was, but it was their frequency was vacant everywhere else, so that they could get out. And all over America, people listened to Ed and Wendy King. And then when I did Stuff That's Gone, I knew that Ed had died. That's why the show stopped, because Ed died. But Wendy was still alive. She lived out in Green Tree.
That is, yeah.
And I called her and I said, I want it. And she goes, Rick, I don't do that. She goes, but she said, I've seen your shows. I like them, but I just don't talk about it. But I liked her, and we just on the phone talking. And so then I started to call. And I just say, Wendy, it's Rick again, just seeing, blah, 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 blah. And I think I called 3 or 4 times. And then she said, you know what? I'll do this. And that was when I felt like, wow, yes, just by being friendly. And she said, I'll do it if you'll do it in my attic. where she had all the mementos. And I said, like,
she won up the Pittsburghness
Wow,
of
yeah.
do this in my cellar.
Yeah.
And you have to go through my closet in my bedroom to get up there. So we did.
Oh shit! So
it
this
was
is like,
great.
but I mean, that's a very intimate moment, though. Like she's inviting you into her place.
But I'm bringing a TV crew with me too.
And they gotta walk through the closet. That's a very homes that were constructed in, like, her home on Allegheny County Assessment says built in 1897, like that type of shit. To have to go through the closet to get up to the attic,
Right, and you did. You literally went through. It was like a fairy tale or something, going through the closet and up those stairs to the. But she had all these boxes of mementos from the show, and so that moment, was pretty great. And I used to always say that was the interview I was most proud of, because it was hard to get. She didn't want to do it at first, but then finally she came around and said, "Yeah, let's do this," and it was magic. It was really cool.
Yeah, no, I think there's something about even in this field, like there's something about the personal connection. You know what I mean? Like this mass media, social media, all that, it feels very surface level with things, and people are making assumptions. But a lot of that shit is driven by personal connection. You know what I mean? If I can connect with you, now you're willing to open yourself to this interview. You had this cool interview with this long-standing, I would imagine it was an institution at that time, because it was forward thinking, recording what they're doing. There's a video component.
No, there was when we went, but not not in their old show.
When they did it, there was no video component. So they're
just radio.
Damn, that's primitive. Like, all right, some person just said this, and I'm gonna relate it to y'all. Y'all was getting third-party information, and it just accepted it. But no, that's pretty dope. Now, Chris, we have to change the question again, I guess, a little bit. What is your favorite moment that you've captured?
Wow, that's
outside of the
Super Bowl, shit like that.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's hard to top.
I mean, that's a lot of
First of all, you were at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, we just glance over that you were there. Then second of all, you were like on the field.
as a 3.
All right, now you just flexed on me.
Yeah. 2 wins and a loss. Me.
Okay, you just flexed on me. So Dave's going to take over the asking of this question since I've been flexed upon.
No,
this the posture when you've been flexed on.
I'm gonna just take my knees this way.
I'm gonna make my one knee touch the back of my other knee, and I'm gonna rub my shin because I'm tight.
No, what was a really cool moment was in 2013 when the Pirates had the wild card game, because there was a frenzy in town, and
it was the first.
It was
playoff game in Pittsburgh in how many years?
21, I think.
Shit. I remember you being there or whatever, and we were in the I think it was Bettis?
Yeah, the
next
Bettis
door
Grill.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Did he have his spot? Was that when he had his bar or something?
It was on the north side, yeah.
Okay.
Bettis. I think it was Bettis Grill or whatever.
Yeah.
Was right there or whatever. Yeah, we were over there, like right next to the stadium.
Yeah, when Johnny Cueto dropped that ball, and you had 40,000 people that were just like, I mean, it was unhinged. It was crazy.
I felt the vibrations of the stadium while I was in a bar. Like when he dropped that ball, like motherfuckers was like, oh, and it was just like the whole fucking crowd, like, because they were like, what was his name again?
Cueto?
Yeah, they were like Cueto, and like it was I could hear that. I could hear the stadium. Yeah, I mean, like Cueto, like you could hear it. Like if you went outside, you could hear them like chanting that shit. And then when he dropped that fucking ball, like it was a rumble. Like you could feel this rumble. Like everybody just went fucking insane. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
And then what happened next?
What did he like?
Russell Martin,
like
home run.
He hit that shit out.
Game over.
They didn't watch that game.
No, I was.
that was a good time.
Yeah, like that. Like the party. That was the one time that like Pittsburgh won a playoff game. Like that was I mean, that was like that shit. I didn't know how, like, because I'm admittedly not a Pirates fan. Yeah, I mean, but it is dope to be around people that are passionate about a thing. Yeah, I mean, like, so even if I'm not passionate,
waiting on that
yeah, like even if I'm not passionate about it, like you can get caught up in the fervor. Like when I was in England or whatever, like they were big into soccer. So like that shit, like when you were in these like bars, the fervor that they had, like when they had a goal or whatever the fuck, like you just get caught up in that energy. You know what I mean? Same thing with concerts. I might not even like this art. Like I don't even know who this artist is, but if you're at like I never say no to a concert because the people that are there bought that ticket because they're so into that artist, and that energy that it is there is always a great energy. So like that was that shit that I felt like that night, like that, like again, not a big Pirates fan. I got a lot of like beef with them, but like experiencing that like right next to it, like I've never seen the city like that.
It was turned.
Yeah. Like even the Super Bowl shit. Like I mean, the Super Bowl was a thing.
I didn't like how y'all reacted to the Super Bowls.
I mean,
but I was on a college campus
because we won them. So
no.
You know, there's that.
I've never envied the success of the city as far as I hated the city because of the sports success, but just the way motherfuckers was acting on Pitt campus, and I think it was.
I mean, this is wild now. They were like flipping cars and shit.
I think just as a black dude, it's hard for
me
me to see a bunch of white people do a bunch of outward illegal shit, and then because like I was standing in front of the 7-Eleven.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I was standing in front of the 7-Eleven on Forbes Avenue, and I saw like these young guys. They tore like a fucking parking meter out of the ground and tried to throw it through the 7-Eleven window, and the cop came up to me and asked me to move. I said, you don't see these motherfuckers? You don't see these? Because what happened was I was standing there with a young lady, and I told him, yo, y'all got to chill the fuck out because I didn't want the glass to shatter and hurt her. So I'm like, yo, y'all got to chill out. And the cop said, hey, man, you got to move, buddy. I'm like, what about these motherfuckers that's like vandalizing city? Yeah, but I didn't like that. But I will say, as a transplant, one of the coolest moments that I've ever experienced in Pittsburgh, outside of Fresh Fest, because we obviously had it, and effects. Don't do it again. It's not your beat. It's not your. But I will say, I think it was. I was living in the Hill District, and the Penguins won the Stanley Cup, and I was walking up Webster Avenue. I got off the bus, and I was walking up to my apartment, and I'm not a hockey fan, but I heard the moment that they officially won the Stanley Cup. And I just heard people in there. And I'm living in the Hill District at this point. And these are, predominantly African-American neighborhoods. So these aren't hockey fans. And I'm just walking up Webster and motherfuckers is going crazy. And like every building I walked past, I would just hear people, and I heard that they won. So I went on to check to see if they won. Obviously they won. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. To that point, I had never experienced a championship within the city. Like I had watched Ohio State win a championship, but that wasn't Cleveland. But like to experience like a sports championship and not be offended by it, because I seen the Steelers win the Super Bowl, but motherfuckers was vandalizing shit, and I almost got arrested. And I'm like, I'm not vandalizing shit, but it was incubated of sorts, but I could still catch the effects while I was out in the street. And then obviously the Cavs won when I was out here, but I missed that because I was doing a fucking show for Pittsburgh. I wasn't home for the initial celebration. My cousin was there. He sent me videos. They was wilding in the streets.
I was going to ask Ricky.
Come back to earth.
What you pouring over here, Ricky? I mean, this looks a little.
He be flexing on us.
He be hot.
First of all, he wearing the blazer.
I was about to say
he wearing a blazer
with the cuffs out.
With the cuffs out,
yeah,
and I like the plaid under the blazer. I love that play as a casual thing.
It's a very nice combination with the plum forces.
Hardo gave him
with the plum forces.
He trying to front like he just went and picked those. Yeah. Those were gifted from a rapper.
Those were recommended.
Those are gifted. Those go with we were talking about Burberry flannel. Those go with a Burberry plaid shirt, right? Yeah, I know a rapper gave you those. Which rapper gave it to you?
Yeah, see,
you gotta let the pop speak for him.
Yeah, I don't know if we got that pop. Did we get that pop? Did we get that pop?
Nah, Buzzy got it. He'll make it happen.
Yeah.
He'll make it happen.
So,
that's a flex.
That's the sound of stunt.
Mm-hmm.
If you were wondering,
he pouring real Remy. He pouring that real sound. Remy. That amber Remy. 1738.
So what is?
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello.
That's one of the years that there's something in their history.
Fetty Wap, he made 1738.
This unique blend commemorates the reward of excellence bestowed on Remy Martin by King Louis XV of France in 1738.
1738.
We getting that. Oh, we getting that.
So
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. That's all I think of. If you say 1738, I'm gonna say that. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. Fetty Wap was hot for a minute. Then he
was. He just left weird.
Well, he wasn't really.
Here's to
good.
2038 when we'll be back here for the 800 millionth podcast.
Can we stage one?
Can we get a little stage with the Remy with the 1738? Yeah. Hey, man, we're gonna get a couple shots, and I don't know how often that's gonna happen.
Bluzzy's picture posture just don't his posture doesn't lead you to believe that the shot's gonna look any good, and then you see you're like, oh, that was good.
Oh yeah, you got that.
But the posture just looked nasty.
Shout out to Lauren Horner over here. I mean, with the new intern. We out here 200 episodes deep. We getting interns out here.
We getting interns.
We out here and
providing opportunity.
The youths. Got to get the youths in there. You know what I mean? So if you watch it, listen, man, we got a Snapchat now. So if you out into that shit, we got a Snapchat now. You know what I mean? We about to be a bit more active.
Who's snapping us? Is Lauren snapping us?
She over here snapping us right now.
I ain't good at no shit.
I believe that's what's going on right now. I have no idea because I don't know anything about that. Do you realize
how terrible I am at the internet?
I don't really.
I suck. So your story in Facebook and Instagram, I don't know how to work that.
Thank you.
I just put a picture there.
I don't know what it means.
I be seeing people with all bedazzled shit and dates and text and all that. It's just what happened. Basically, all I do is take somebody who tagged me in their story and I just restore their story.
Yo, bro, that's
easy to do.
99% of my every maybe once a month I'll actually put a story up, like a picture or something like that. Most of that is just me redoing the thing.
You saw me.
I was like, oh shit,
there. Yeah. That's what my story should be. My story is I agree. I was there.
I don't know any of that shit.
The Conways, they tagged me last night. I redid the story and I was just like, I don't think anybody watching this can gain any context of what's going on, because I was doing a joke where I'm getting up off the floor and all I'm doing in the story is getting up off the floor. Like, was he good on stage? Yes, I did well, but I'm not good at doing stories. Do y'all take advantage of, with you? Do you take advantage of
I'm a social media whore.
I'm not a whore. It's your profession.
No,
I mean, it's changed how you.
Well, you are getting paid for your profession, so that is a technical whore. So now, if you're not getting paid for it, then you're just a promiscuous individual. But if you're getting paid for it, you are a whore.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All
so
right.
you know what I mean? Yeah, and that is a proper term. I co-sign that.
Yeah, I'm endeared to it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you do fairly
your
well.
Your body, your choice.
The bat dip. That was crazy as shit.
Oh, that was crazy.
Did you see the one where the motherfucking kid almost lost his life at a baseball game with the arm? That's a Horner.
Really? That was I just saw it. It was in one of those weird where you get the stories where it's like I think it was called the 100 most well-timed pictures or something like that. It was one of them where they caught it. Shit.
Like, so how do you deal with, like, I mean, like, because you in the world of photography or whatever, like, how do you deal with those moments that become the moments? You know what I mean? Like, what is that rad like? I mean, because, like, as comedians, as artists or whatever, we're plugging away at various things, and like we have projects, and some projects are more like they hit more than others. You know what I mean? Like, so when you get that picture that like just goes, I would imagine that like was like a kind of a worldwide type thing where motherfuckers was like, oh shit.
Well, it lasted for 3 days. It went around the world 2 times, maybe 3 times. My phone was blowing up so much, my pocket was hot. So, it was an interesting kind of thing because there was a night 2 nights into it. And I'm sitting at World of Beers, of course, and ESPN's on the TV above the bar, and my buddy hits me on the shoulder, and I look up, and there's that photo, and they're like drawing circles on it and showing the guy's bicep, and everybody's like, the whole bar's enamored by it, and then dude beside me goes, yeah, this guy shot that. And I was just like, yeah, all right. So, it's overwhelming, to be honest with you.
I mean, you capture these moments. It's almost your job to capture these moments.
It's not almost my job. It's my job.
Well, I think you can, but you can do your job and not necessarily have these but because a lot of these moments are a function of a bunch of different circumstances colliding. You know what I mean? Like it had to happen at that stadium at that time with you being on the job. You know what I mean? Like your timing is impeccable as well.
Yeah, like what goes into that? Like what goes into preparation?
I got a lot of fools that ask me, why were you focusing on the fans instead of the game? And I'm like, what? It's like, well, you got that picture. It's like you were focusing on the fans.
No, I wasn't just had my camera pointed at this dude. Like, look at this dude with his son. He gonna do something crazy.
So you have to like follow that like bet.
Right.
That's an eye. That's what's crazy because like that's
to be able to keep the shit steady.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that photo is, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but it's like the notoriety that came out of that for the family, for that guy, for the kid, whatever, that to me was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where to me it was just another picture. I just threw it on social media. Honestly, I just threw that picture on social media because it was a cool photo.
You didn't think that it was going to catch the steam?
No, not at all. I think every picture I take it's going to catch some steam.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, that's different. That's a different mindset. Then. I feel that.
I know that's
If you feel that way, then I understand. Yeah. But I mean,
they all
hard
smoke,
for me to
bro.
believe that you had that photo and didn't think people were gonna.
This one just caught more steam than.
I mean, you saved that kid's life because I think the cluelessness of the child is as alarming to me. Because the child didn't look like he was about to move.
Oh no, he's on the phone. He's on the phone.
Yeah, it's like
you know what's crazy about that is I told the New York Times the next day. I said, that picture itself is a great photo, but if that dude doesn't get his arm up there that quick, then nobody wants to see that.
Yeah. Not at all.
Because
you can't tweet that photo.
That's an ambulance.
Yeah, you can't tweet that photo.
No,
I'm an asshole. I gotta say, you gotta take. I tweeted and I hashtag take the good with the bad.
I'm not gonna say nobody wants to see it. I might want to see that shit, but it doesn't get the same like.
Can you take a terrible photo like that and turn it into like a social media, like a calling for people to pay to get out their phones? Like tweet the photo like hashtag put the fucking phone down, or you would have avoided that bat, you little dumb motherfucker. You can't say that, but
what's crazy is all the comments on that was just about that. About the fact that the kid wasn't paying attention, could have get hurt, and the thing about the photo itself was there was a very big debate in Major League Baseball at the time about extending the nets.
Put the nets up, yeah.
And that kind of put it past.
Hashtag, I paid for these tickets to this game. You best not be looking at my phone.
I mean, that is something like, to capture a picture that like starts to spur conversation
that's crazy.
In a league. That's
Do you walk into stadiums and say, "Yeah, I'm the reason for this increased security"? Yeah, that was all me. Yeah,
you're welcome.
This extra 50 feet of net. That's all. That's
quite honestly.
CH for you.
Quite honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't mad
you're
at
welcome.
you. Ain't even mad at you.
This Remy is hitting
1738.
1738.
Hey, hello,
I feel like this is what like Henny wants to be.
Whoa.
Don't you dare!
Don't you dare!
Maybe you get that.
Hey! He playing his hand right there because all he drinking is regular Hennessy. He drinking regular Hennessy. He don't know about Henny Black.
I was about to say,
privilege.
you get the black. You get
he
the.
Don't
you
know
get
nothing about the Louis the 13th.
I be seeing them
Hennessy
nips.
let you level up with them.
I be seeing the level up nips. I ain't never. I saw the one. I saw the one. It was like in a glass case or some shit. It was like $300.
Oh, they got some shit made of crystal that's like over a band.
Well, T-Rose is. Yeah.
I ain't T-Rose level. I'm on privilege level, and I'm
right?
privileged to get to that level. A lot of motherfuckers from where I'm from stay on that regular Hennessy. I'm on privilege level.
So yeah, I ain't had the privilege.
$60 bottle. You know what I mean? And that shit smooth. My
I had the Henny Black. That's about as privileged as as I got is the Henny Black.
And I done had the white Henny where you gotta go
you
to
know
Mexico to get it.
That's what we talked about the first that was on here.
Somebody brought Henny White, and I had it, and I'm gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it was overhyped, man. That Henny White is a little
It's
overhyped,
smooth.
Man. It's
just
smoother.
smooth.
It's not as like given the price of it and like the like. So for what motherfuckers be wanting you to like?
I think it's crazy expensive. It's
Well,
just
no,
if
you get it where you're getting it, it's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want it, I mean, like motherfucker, like it's hard to get. And with all the hype, I was a little like disappointed given the hype that I've been waiting for like years to have it.
Okay,
and I was like,
no disrespect,
it ain't
but
mad.
what you going to Mexico to get that's gonna blow your mind?
Yeah, you remember, I mean, maybe some good tequila or some shit. Like
Okay,
that.
well, I
that
guess
might
I
be,
slept on that.
Yeah,
We got good
get,
tequilas here,
but you shouldn't be going. You shouldn't be going to Mexico for tequila.
Well,
I mean, for Henny, yeah, I mean,
because it's just on that. You know, what I mean, you can get it.
you
there
can
or
know that. Like for
whatever.
most of it, it's like the islands where they get it from.
It is smooth though. It's not white.
Yeah, but it's from France, isn't it? Yeah.
It was from France.
it is all
That's. I mean, it's
French,
French, so there's that. So
Shout out
maybe
to Henny for bringing Nas in. Is one of the. You know what I mean? Like, man, what fuck's with
we need a little more.
We need a Henny sponsor. They need to stop fucking around. Stop playing. Give me
Well,
sponsor.
they already got Shannon Sharp, so you know what I mean, they ain't paying nobody else.
Yeah, but Shannon doing it for free. I'm trying to get a check.
Yo, is this still fucking just like hyping up?
He
Henny
doing
for
it
free?
for free. Well, he's doing it for free.
I can't respect that, man.
Well,
Like,
Shannon
I mean,
Sharp is in. I don't envy him because he's in a position where he has to talk. His show, he has to be with Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is a piece of shit to me because he's made his entire career off hating on folks.
Yeah,
Like
so
this whole shit. Like, you know what I think, and I'd love to ask your opinion. I think the entire sports coverage is what makes LeBron the greatest basketball player ever. Everybody hypes up Jordan about how Jordan has this cultural effect because of his sneakers. LeBron literally runs sports coverage. Every debate, doesn't matter what sport you're talking about, doesn't matter what happened that day, they bring LeBron into it.
But do you think they bringing him into it because like he's?
It's because LeBron. What do you mean? Why else would they bring it? He's the greatest. He's the greatest that you've seen.
Yeah.
A lot of these people, you haven't seen anything like him, right? So James Harden could drop 58, and somehow in that conversation they bring up LeBron. He has nothing to do with the game. He has nothing to do. They talk about Bryce Harper's contract. They bring up LeBron. The player empowerment, like, but you're looking at the player empowerment, what he's doing with the Shop series, like all this shit, like being more than an athlete. A&R, 2 Chainz album. 2 Chainz album is good. Like he's changing the definition of what an athlete is, right? Now, you guys work with celebrities either directly or indirectly and whatnot. So how is it like in your career? How do you navigate dealing with celebrities? How do you feel? Do you see that people typically have egos that are larger than their influence? Because I feel like a lot of Pittsburgh celebrities are regional celebrities. Like they know you around here, but you not the big like cheese where you just calling shots everywhere. But you get that bravado because it's a big town here. It's a small city, big town. So if you got clout, you got clout. You know what I'm saying? So how do you all deal with that?
I don't deal with celebrities. I really don't. I don't think, I mean, in my shows, I never do, or I avoid them. Because
but you on the same playing field as such, like you
Well,
have to rub.
I have a certain celebrity now, but like the only celebrity that I have like known and had to deal with was Fred Rogers.
Really?
Yeah, because he was in our, he worked down the hall for me, and we went to the same men's room, that kind of thing.
you were pissing with Fred Rogers.
You really know, motherfucker. We know
that's
pissing
really
habits.
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Early on in my thing, somebody, Robert Bianco was the TV critic, and he said something about in these shows there aren't any celebrities, there aren't any politicians and people that you usually hear on TV. And I thought, yeah, that's right. Maybe I don't have to do that. I don't have to go get the sound bites. I mean, from the mayor and all of that. I just usually don't. And so, I mean, I know Sally Wiggins.
On your own too.
And I guess you're chronicling more of like the city, the city and the peoples or whatever. So like it doesn't. But I mean at the same time you are in those circles though. Like like right on a regular basis. Like when there's an event, when there's a
it's enhanced by a Pretty Ricky appearance.
Yeah, it's going to be documented and there's going to be pictures and people are going to like it's enhanced like hella because I feel like at least for me, like it's like again, and it harks back to that understanding that like you have a story and I mean like you've cataloged so much things or whatever that like people feel like in a connection in some way, be given the knowledge that you've been able to present to folks or whatever. So like while I might be at a party and there might be a Wiz Khalifa or I mean like other celebrities or whatever, like I'm not gonna have the same connection as when like Ricky Salvage's in the room and like, I remember that motherfucker. Like I was in class at that point and I remember this thing or whatever, or you talked about this thing that, I mean, like this school that I went to or this bridge or this like organization or this, I mean, some part of like, I mean, like a real, like a connection type part. It's a little different. So like when you're in that, like, how do you, like deal with the like the celebs, I mean, like in those rooms?
As little as possible.
All right, we gonna edit that out. We don't want to mess up your future money, but it's dope. Like I think he's the biggest celeb in that room because he can humanize that whole experience. So if you're in a room and there's a panel with Wiz and someone else who blew up to national attention, but if you got Rick Sebak on that panel, now it's a local feel, it's a champion like feel, and I think that's dope because you have the larger sphere of influence in that small room.
But I think a lot of that is just longevity.
That's important.
I mean, I've been doing
Midwest
it for 31 years at QED, so that has a factor here, and you get respect for that. The fact that you're still here.
Respect is underrated. Respect is
underrated. That's like
man.
After you've done 200 podcasts, you get respect.
We got, especially when you got one with 1738. Now, Chris, so for you it's a little different because how often do these celebrities try to leverage your talents? Because now you can capture them in flattering. You can capture them in a very flattering sense, a ball that he dropped in the outfield can look like he caught that motherfucker if you capture it at the right time.
Yeah, they can get that picture or whatever. I mean,
the one thing that I have to deal with is I'm in the media, so I have to tell the positive story, the negative story. I'm not these guys' friends, so but I am, because I'm around them so much. So it's very difficult. Say, for instance, when a professional athlete makes a mistake, you capture that mistake. They know you, you know them.
They send the team.
And the next day you see them and it's just like,
thanks.
They don't send you the email beforehand? Like,
no.
McCutcheon never sent you that? Yo, hit me up. Text me. Call me.
We need to talk.
You get one? Like Bettis didn't hit you up when he fumbled at that against the Colts. He like, yo, so what I'm going to need you to do, here's what I need you to do. You didn't capture that.
See, here's a great story about that. So, I'm walking up the sideline because the Steelers are going to score. And, I'm coming up around the Colts. I was on the Colts sideline. And I'm walking the sideline, and all of a sudden there's this huge cheer. Now, I'm in Indianapolis, so it's like something just freaking happened, right? Bettis fumbles. I don't even see it. But now I see dude running.
Nick Harper?
Yeah.
Who just got stabbed.
Conveniently just got stabbed in the knee the night before.
In the knee. Like, he didn't get stabbed in the arm. Like, God loves you guys.
But now he's running with the ball, right? And it's just like, oh, now I got to start running backwards. It's like, is this what's going to happen here?
Test of your agility.
Meanwhile, there's two guys on the other side of the field, and this is the great part of the story, right? So they're looking at each other while this play is going on, and they're going, Denver, 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 because they think they're going to the AFC Championship game.
Ooh.
All right, and shit just turned on the dime right there with that Bettis fumble. So they're not even paying attention to the fact that Harper's running with his bad knee this way. So, crazy shit happens all the time.
Did you capture a photo of the Roethlisberger? Because I know there's a photo of Roethlisberger kind of falling down and reaching.
I might have
you?
I might have watched it.
Do you get caught in moments where Does it happen? Because I can see now. I'm not a seasoned photographer, so I can see myself if I'm charged with capturing an event, but something that I didn't expect to happen starts to happen. I can see where my boss comes to me and say, "Yo, you got pictures of that?" I'm like, "Look, bro, I was caught up. I was watching it. I forgot to hit the button."
Yo, these motherfuckers.
Like, does that happen?
No. Over here, there was about to be a fist fight. So I was kind of over here.
Now, here's the best thing. When you look at an iconic photo, look at the people in the background, right? If they got their camera up to their face, they're making a picture of that moment, right? Mm-hmm. But if they don't, they aren't.
Then and that adds to the exclusivity of your shit,
right?
Because you're the only one. Okay.
So basically, I never want to be the dude in the background
without the
camera.
You don't be caught with your pants down.
That's right.
But in the photographer sense.
Right.
Is there a moment that you
Don't
can
be
think
caught
of
with your
where
camera down.
you were like, shit, that was a great moment and I got caught as a bystander?
Honestly, last year is a great example of that, where I had to move because the NBC camera moved in front of me. So I had to move away from them. Right?
Do you be having to beef with like motherfuckers like on the field and shit like that? Like to like jockey for
I was gonna say it's
position?
got to
Like,
be
you're like, what's
competitive
the-
down there.
Yeah, like
Y'all-
what's the
Hate those TV guys.
Y'all,
what are the TV guys are like they did
y'all
Oh,
ever
they
watch
think they
the
own the world.
Y'all ever watch the end of the Super Bowl? It's just
mayhem.
mayhem.
That shit
It's
this year,
mayhem.
like I saw the end of that. Like we were like, and
There's
that
people shoving each other.
everybody was like shoving and shit, and it was like this whole man. I was like, God damn, man! Like
that is so fucking fun.
it's like a mosh pit, bruh. It's a mosh pit.
I
I could not do that shit because I'm only about a couple of shoves before I'm like, yo, and I'm elbowing motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, like that's a.
Well, I'm a big dude, you know, so people
You
don't.
got a little
people,
girth to you.
Yeah, people don't move me much.
But you got a lot of gray hair too, so motherfuckers might try
trying
you.
to test you. Yeah, I mean,
Everything's
so
a
you
young
gotta
man's
have that
game.
little center
Motherfucker
of-
try to flex on you because he just went to Crunch Fitness earlier that day.
You gotta get that low center of gravity.
But the old heads be having that weird like old head.
old head strength.
That old head strength.
Old head strength is real.
And it's very tactful.
because
it's not like
they
I'm
know-
not trying to meet you where you are.
No.
What I'm gonna do is I know that this shit works.
Exactly.
I'm using all leverage, fam.
Yeah,
leverage you ain't even
know,
thought of.
They know themselves. They know physics. They know their, you know what I mean? And they know how to better utilize their body and space to fuck you up. Yeah, I mean, you all knew. You going off of just straight strength. Like, yeah, I mean, just young, like, exhilarant and youth
I
and,
got all
and
these
confidence
physical
and shit.
capabilities.
Yeah, like all like, you be like, oh, whatever. These motherfuckers have been through some
Pretty
shit.
Ricky done figured out how to utilize the cane. He done looked at the dimensions of the cane. Don't you try to run up on Pretty Ricky talking about give me your wallet. The
they
motherfucker
efficient.
scoop you and he'll scoop you and hit you in your jugular one time, boom, and disable your left arm.
It's that old Shaolin shit. That old, yeah, I mean, it's that old Shaolin shit. If you ever watch a motherfucking kung fu flick, the old motherfucker is the motherfucker that everybody goes, oh man, you don't know what the fuck you doing. Next thing you know, you on your ass.
You could take it.
You on your ass. And all they did was, and they wiping their beard like, yeah, young motherfucker. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, from my understanding, and this was what's told to me by somebody, I mean, some whatever, but QED is celebrating what, like a 65?
We are. I said
60
April 1st.
April 1st?
Yeah,
April
we are
Fool's
April
Day.
Fool's Day.
Don't be fooled by it. I mean,
QED will be 65, and you know, I've done a lot of stuff with the that you know little history there. They went on the air April 1st, but the programs that was like a Friday, and the programs didn't really start till
you've
Monday.
been there like half of their tenure there. I mean, I feel like maybe
not quite, because I've been there 31 years, so I'm not quite.
Not quite, but I mean,
But
you know,
close.
I mean, I feel like, you know,
But
maybe,
like April 3rd or 4th, I think Daniel Stripe and Tiger will be 65. Daniel Stripe and Tiger will be
They both
65
said-
years
see
old.
that shit
I grew
that
up
just
with
happened
Daniel
right
Stripe
there?
and Tiger.
Did you see that? He said Daniel Stripe and Tiger, and then he was like, "Yeah, Daniel Stripe," and they both like had this moment, and we don't know what the
Because we
fuck
too
y'all talking
young.
about.
We
have
ain't
no
we're
idea.
famous enough.
Would y'all
We gotta
like,
be at episode
the silver-
3.
Y'all the silver foxes over
That's
here.
episode 314.
Or you were in some sort of generation that doesn't
status.
know Daniel Stripe and Tiger, because
Daniel
every
Stripe
little
and-
kid knows him now.
Daniel Stripe and Tiger? What's that?
Yeah, everybody. That was he's the little puppet on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
I do know that one. So here's Mr. Rogers for me. Mr. Rogers when I was coming up, Mr. Rogers was right after like Fraggle Rock. You know what I mean? So it was all kind of like high intense.
I don't know,
bruh. All right,
I didn't watch
He a little.
I have
he's a little
Mr.
kid.
Rogers
These
was on
kids
I
out
had
here.
an older sister. I didn't have to watch TV. She just taught me the shit she learned.
Anyway.
I was writing in cursive in kindergarten because she was learning cursive.
You had Muppet Babies. You had Fraggle
I like
Rock
Muppet
and
Babies.
shit like that.
Muppet Babies was cool.
Muppet Babies
When
cool.
you
Muppet,
looks kind of weird and you wish that you weren't there,
Sorry, man.
just close your eyes and make believe, and you can be anywhere.
Yeah, no, that shit. But
1968. How old are you?
I'm 82, so I'm 36. About to be 37 out this motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, shout out.
So
Fred Rogers, like when he came on, I was all hyped up, and then like Fred would come on, and he would be like calming as he would come in, and he would take his shoes
Is
off.
Fred
and shit,
Mr. Rogers?
And that song,
Okay, why
It's a
y'all keep
beautiful day
calling
in the
him
neighborhood.
Fred?
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood,
Why
or whatever.
they calling him Fred on
That's
here?
his first name.
Well, fuck.
I'm
He's
sorry.
Mister is his
Mr.
first
Rogers.
name.
We're
His
on the
first
first
name is
You're
Mr.
You're
First name
right. I ain't even in that category.
Calling him Fred like
he
he
was
been to dinner
calling
with him.
because he's been working with him. I apologize.
When Fred Rogers, you don't know this
Mr. Rogers would
Yeah,
come
that's right.
on. I would watch him,
Give him the proper
do his
respect
song.
with his
You're
cardigans.
100%. Mr. Rogers would come on. He would do his song. He would take his shoes off.
He was
I would watch
Beautiful
that
Day in
shit.
the Neighborhood,
I would sing
right?
the song with him, and then I turn the channel.
So he was Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Because
See,
that
but
Beautiful
I
Day in
always
the
say-
Neighborhood was a mother but then
I couldn't
would
get
come
past
back
that. His
because I did
neighborhood
like the
didn't look like
puppets
mine.
because like I like the puppets for like the king and the queen and that whole like that train and shit like that. I like that.
It was a trolley.
It was a trolley, yeah. I mean,
Oh.
yeah. You see
Oh,
how
okay, get
we
it
out
right.
here- we out here
Get
getting
it right.
schooled.
Okay, all right, get it
Hey,
right. It
you're
was
in
a
Pittsburgh.
trolley.
200 episodes is the episode of
It's
the schooling.
a trolley, fam. It can only go a certain speed, and its doors are open. It was a trolley. It's not enclosed.
It actually was a summer car. It was open. You
Yeah.
know, like it was
Isn't
not
that what
it
trolleys
was not a
are?
street car that's closed. It's the trolley
Yeah.
on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is open. Like you're sitting out in the air.
Mr.
It's
Rogers.
it's the kind of trolley you took to Kennywood in the summer.
See, y'all got that
I
lame
don't
ass
remember.
Mr.
I've
Kenny.
never taken
that
the
Kenny
like,
Wood.
I'm old and I don't remember being able to do that.
I'm gonna be honest
I've heard
with
people
you.
talk about it.
I'm about to be like, wait, I don't remember.
See, where I'm from, we used to go to a real amusement park, man. We had Cedar Point. That's what we did.
Honestly, do you think people in Cleveland love Cedar Point as
Hell
much as
yeah.
Pittsburghers love Kennywood?
Hell yeah. Cedar Point is better.
It's older.
You all are more connected to
Kennywood?
Kennywood. Like, you all use it as a point of pride. We love going to Cedar Point.
I've only been to Cedar Point once.
So when you're in,
It's
first of
older
all,
than
high
Kennywood.
schools-
That's what's weird. It's
high
older than
schools-
Kennywood.
High schools, your senior day might be at Cedar Point. I mean, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but that's
You're-
like here too.
We don't have.
You go for your school picnic.
But you're
Kennywood
you could take a
picnics,
date.
bruh.
Like if you're in high school, you could take a date to Kennywood. So
Right.
that could be a part of your, you know what I mean? Because it's not
Growing
it's
up.
not crazy expensive and it's not crazy far.
Bruh, like so with like the Kennywood picnic was the thing that was like and honestly and I don't
So
know
we
if you
couldn't
knew
do that.
I don't know if you know but Penn Hill's picnic was the motherfucking picnic. There was a bunch of different picnics, whatever, but Penn Hill's picnic, they always had a picnic like in like June, and it was like the hot, like it was
See, we
hot.
didn't have that.
It was dope as shit, and it was like the whole city. So every school district had a Kennywood picnic, but like. And everybody would show out.
See,
and
that's
it was,
dope.
And we would get picked. We would get outfits. Like me as a growing up, my
Oh, yeah.
outfits were birthday, Christmas, first day of school. Those were the three.
You had the first day of school outfit?
First day, first going to school. First day of school,
back
you
to
had
school outfit.
Nah,
back
here-
to school
here-
outfit.
See, yeah,
you
nah.
had a Christmas outfit. You had
I
a
ain't had
birthday
that.
thing. You ain't back to school outfits.
Here's
Something
what a real,
new.
Here's
Something
what a,
new.
Okay, no.
Bruh,
See,
you-
no. This is what a real nigga do. You don't, because our back to school wouldn't be a full week. We don't start on Monday.
Don't nobody start on Mondays.
So what you do is you go to school, you get a gauge of what you need. You got that following Monday. You write.
Oh, to
you
check
write
it.
that following Monday.
So
but that first day,
so
You go home and
That
you
first
say,
day, you
how
wasn't
much
on-
of that tax refund
Yeah.
is here?
yeah, that first day, you wasn't at your full potential. You were the newest shit you had for last year.
See,
and then
nah,
you come
so-
back Monday, you all the way right.
so
all the way right, baby.
in-
we
in-
had dress code. I don't know if y'all had dress
Oh, so we didn't have dress code.
So it was a little easier
it
to
was a
do
little
that
different.
because
Yeah.
basically we're out in East Cleveland when I was in school, the Old Navy blue khakis, the black that was the thing. You had the Old Navy
No, we
patch
ain't
right
had
here.
none of that.
Was important. Like if you had the Old Navy patch, and they used to come with the predetermined cuff too, and then the Old Navy polos looked a certain way. So you knew when my man's was rocking Old Navy, or if he had gone down to Marshalls and got a bunch of Van Heusen or whatever that shit is.
Bruh, the Van Heusen with the crispy collar.
That was be crispy as fuck. But the sleeves be too short.
Yeah, they don't.
Because back in the day, you
yeah.
needed your sleeves to come past your elbow.
Yeah.
The Van Heusens used
Yeah.
to stop mid bicep, and you look crazy there.
No, but so with us, the first day of school was the thing. Right now, what would happen is because it wasn't on a Monday, right? I
Y'all
mean, it
wore
wasn't.
real
It was
outfits.
midday. It was. I mean, so we had real. So that first day of school was that first outfit, right? And like me being a poor kid, some years I had that on that first, but sometimes that shit fall on the off week. You know what I mean? I'm saying it ain't a pay week, right? So if mom's check came on an off week, I would have to go in with the freshest clothes that I had off of last year.
Right.
But Monday.
Oh,
when
you came back right.
Oh, that
that
Monday
first
when
full
they're
week?
like that. Yeah,
That first full week, you was in
that
full
first
effect.
Full week.
That
That
first-
Monday I came in.
You had 3 days left of your fresh
No
lineup.
no scuffs on the shoes.
None.
Ain't nobody stepped on these at lunch, bruh. Yeah, I mean,
We was Gucci. Oh, you come with the fresh Timbs. You come with
Everybody
the
coming-
Eastlands.
everybody
Remember the
coming in-
Eastlands?
oh, they
Eastlands? Ooh, you come with the fresh Eastlands with the Old Navy khakis and that fresh, bruh, what?
How important clothes were in high school.
yo, bruh.
You know?
it's crazy.
It is amazing
How
how, and like parents would look at you and say, like, it doesn't matter what
None
you
of that
wear.
matters.
No, man.
No, but
you
it matters
not-
so much.
You're not
Every-
in the 11th grade.
You're talking about
This
you're
shit
talking
matters.
about politics and hierarchy.
Yeah.
Well,
bruh.
Now, what's the difference between a fox shirt and an alligator shirt? Because they're
Oh,
The
alligators
fucking alligator
Lacoste.
and a fox.
that was
Alligators
that was
Lacoste.
huge.
Yeah.
Because
Nah.
if you
No,
just had a
alligators
fox
Lacoste.
on, that was
I- like,
that
motherfuckers
didn't mean
is
shit.
Lacoste.
I felt
But if you
bad.
had the alligator on, I mean, that
You
was,
had Lacoste. You got to stop calling it alligator. We grown now. It's Lacoste. And the thing about Lacoste, they fit. It's tailored. It's tapered to. I'm just now in the Lacoste. I'm off of polo. No, I'm
Are you
serious.
off
I'm
of polo
off
now?
polo.
Are you-
I'm Lacoste.
You
guy.
bougie.
I'm bougie. You know what I mean? We
Man,
got a
the-
little.
the-
We got a little.
we need the
we got a
200
little-
episodes, man. We need to go back and document the bougification of Ed Bailey, man.
Well, nah, I'm a little bougie.
We started out this
I'm
shit,
polo,
yeah,
but
I
I'm
mean-
only South Hills Village polo because they got the exclusive with the bear type shit. But Lacoste is consistent. They cut different. And they shit's high quality. It's different. The Fox shit is some Ross Marshall shit. You can grab it. It's not bad when you ain't paying for your shit. But I'm working. So I'm gonna go get the Lacoste.
So I'm gonna say, outside of his bougification, man, because I gotta like read like
the
evaluate.
bougification of Ed Bailey.
200 episodes.
I ain't
man, you know
bougie.
what
I just wear it like I'm bougie. I'm a regular guy.
man,
You talk
but-
to me, I'm gonna look at you like I don't know you because I don't. And then if you cool, I'm gonna go ahead and have that conversation. That's just real.
Bougification of Ed Bailey, man.
I ain't bougie at all.
He's a bad guy. If you listen to this
that-
podcast,
that's how
if-
that's how the 200th episode.
if you're listening to this podcast, 200 episodes in, 200
Am I
episodes
bougie
in,
intern?
if you were looking for a bad guy, Ed
Intern, am I
has fallen
bougie?
into that. He is now the villain
The
with the
intern
monocle.
said I'm not bougie.
With the monocle, he ain't got a monocle. You're talking to this dude.
I don't have a
He's in a
monocle.
hoodie,
I don't own
but
a
like he needs a monocle and like one of those long
I'm rocking
cigarettes.
my
He needs an eye patch.
I'm rocking
Yeah.
my man's merch. This is my guy. This is like one of
Yeah,
my
you need a
best
monocle.
friends. I'm
This
rocking
motherfucker's
his merch.
bougie.
Ray and Dawn.
Ray
I
Don.
ain't
It's my dude.
I ain't even like about
Shout out to
I'm not
Ray Don.
subscribing to this bouginess, but I will say The thing that I notice more in this 1738 that I don't get in Henny is the grapes.
I'm gonna punch you if you say some
Get
shit
the grapes.
that's not true.
You can actually taste some grapes in this motherfucker. Like you can tell that this
He
came
making
from.
shit up. I've got a whole
Press it with
song
they
for it.
feet.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello.
Like some motherfuckers in France with their feet out this motherfucker.
It does.
You can you don't.
I don't
mean?
care about Buzzy's. We got 10 minutes left. We don't give a fuck. It's just episode
200
200.
episodes.
You need
Buzzy.
to come in and have
Yo,
fun.
I don't know why you ain't on the mic, Buzzy.
You gonna come in this bitch talk about it's almost over. We don't give a fuck what you're talking about.
Motherfucker.
You know,
I just had to
also
say
brought
that.
anotght
We're
another
gonna get
present.
off here in 10 minutes.
Oh wait. Oh wait.
I
there's
also
more
brought another
shit?
present in that black
there's
bag.
a whole bag here. Fucking Ricky Salvage.
Well, you know where I was earlier because I couldn't come earlier. I told you I was over in Westmoreland County. You know what I was doing? I was a judge.
Oh, he done brought
Call
edibles.
that Westmoreland.
Pretty Ricky done bought edibles, y'all.
I waste a lot of time getting there.
Yeah, wait, you're centered down there now, isn't it? The trip moved down to was it Greensburg?
It didn't move to Greensburg. That's
where it
was.
started.
It's always been in Greensburg.
Yeah.
Did it start in Greensburg?
Yeah.
I was a cupcake judge earlier
shit.
today.
Oh shit, food. Oh, let's base these. Oh, what the fuck is
Oh,
that?
okay. They're not edibles, but they are edible.
They're edible then, motherfucker.
You were in Norman High School.
Where did you get this shit?
What the fuck is this?
Cupcakes.
Hey, Buzzy.
They got a teacup on top of this.
Cupcakes.
Who does this?
It's I think this is the third year I've done this. I've judged cupcakes over there. And
Where?
At Norman High School.
well, it's previously been at another place that I'm not going to remember the name of, like a venue hall. But today it was at the high school, and there's some fancy cupcakes.
These are some
this shit,
fancy
there's
ass
like a
cupcakes.
pirate
As
one,
a
there's
judge, I only had to
a
taste 6 or
Caribbean,
7.
There's a coffee dip. Like there's all
Yeah, we
kinda.
tasted the coffee one. It's pretty good. It has
There's the
cookie
Wicked
and
Witch
like a-
with her
I
feet
want that
out.
coffee one. I'm gonna go
Okay,
grab
yeah,
that.
that's yours.
I ain't gonna fuck with that. I need the most. Which the
This
one?
this one is a carrot cake cupcake, which I
I'm
think
not gonna
is.
touch that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
This
not at
one
all.
is it's made to look like spaghetti with a meatball,
But what does it taste
but
like?
it's a chocolate and banana.
It's a
Chocolate and banana.
okay. Let's just get some more.
I don't know any of these. I didn't have to taste any of those over there. And actually,
It's happening.
You can't
It
do
happened. I
that.
can do that.
You can't do that.
I did it.
You did it, but you can't do
It
that.
happened.
You got some peppermint going on with this shit too. This is.
It happened.
yeah,
But
I
I'm
think
about
there
to
is
go break the
peppermint.
seal,
It's
and
a
I need to make
latte,
sure y'all didn't eat
a
my
latte with
cupcake while I was
peppermint.
gone.
That shit
Yes.
is fire.
I dibs the strawberry banana shit. I put my finger in it.
Did you put your
and-
finger in some shit?
Yes, I
man?
did, and I was fingering somebody's asshole.
Listen,
earlier,
man,
so
It was a
you don't
full.
touch
It was a full dip.
It was a full. I
was
mean,
a
listen,
full.
man. That's just like playground rules, man. Like, I mean, you just.
I did it.
really-
I gotta break
like,
the seal.
You
It's
gotta.
unfair.
It's like shotgun too. I mean, like it's just one of those
He
things that.
described it to everybody.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
else
You had
wanted to put their
you
finger
had
in
an opportunity to do the same thing. You didn't.
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
So you
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
you gotta
yeah,
you
he-
gotta hate the game, not the player.
That's
Yeah,
all I'm
man.
saying.
Yeah, he buried it.
Yeah, but this motherfucking this coffee peppermint like this shit is.
It has a nice little Starbucks cup on top.
Yeah, don't. I mean,
It's made out of a marshmallow, I believe.
that's ridiculous, man. I can't. I need to get to like cupcake judging status, man. Like this is just like a regular day. Like, how do you like who like how does it even come about? Like, you just be sitting around them and motherfuckers would be like, "Yo, Ricky, like I got a cupcake. Come through.
Come judge our.
Come
cupcake.
judge our cupcakes. Yeah. I mean, how can you say no?
I wouldn't say no.
No. It's
What do you say no to? When do you say no? When do you be like, listen, man, that's not. Listen, I ain't even trying to. You know what I mean? Like, what is the thing that you like? Somebody's been like, yo, can you come do this? And you be like, bruh, come on, man.
actually I'm facing that right now, and I haven't said no yet, but I think I will say no. Rotary. Once you get on that rotary
Just say
loop,
no.
you are stuck forever.
What's
And
a rotary?
Rotary is like almost like Chamber of Commerce, but it's, people in the community, they get together once a month, they have a Rotary meeting, they always have a speaker. And if you do one, you are in and you're going to be deluged. I only know this because I used to do it. I think you could do a Rotary every week if you wanted to.
Really?
Yeah. So if you want to get some public speaking experience, you could say, "Hey, I'll come talk to your Rotary."
Is that like the mooses and shit?
Yeah,
Like, you know
well,
what I mean?
not quite like that, but it's more like a chamber of commerce, I think, the Rotary, yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen like Rotary. And
like sometimes you'll see "Welcome to our town." And there's like a little Rotary symbol,
like there's like a gear. Is
exactly.
That like, I mean, that like gear
every
or whatever.
Thursday at noon.
Yeah,
every Thursday at noon. Exactly. They have lunch and they have a speaker.
And that's what. So that's just like, is that an American thing? Like around America?
It's international.
International.
Yeah.
So in communities all around the world,
It's called
there's a Rotary.
It's called the International Rotary.
And in cities
When I was in
on
high
Thursdays,
school,
that's what they do.
When I was in high school, I was a
society
foreign
I don't know
exchange
about.
student of Brazil, and I remember the first time I realized that this thing they talked about, Rotary, was Rotary. Rotary. You know, sometimes in Portuguese they make that R sound like so it's like Rio de Janeiro. It's not Rio de Janeiro, it's Rio de Janeiro. So Rotary was Rotary.
I had no idea the secret society existed in America, man.
Yep.
On Thursdays.
Well,
Y'all need notary service.
Just
I'm a notary.
at some random restaurant.
Is there a Beaver Rotary? I need to be at the
I'm
Beaver
sure there's a
Rotary.
Beaver
I'm a
Rotary.
registered notary.
It's at
Let
the
me
Wooden
know, bro.
Angel every third Thursday.
It was at the Wooden Angel. You see, it looked like Wooden Angel looks like one of those.
I'm a notary. Are y'all saying notary or rotary?
Rotary.
Oh,
Rotary's
rotary,
different.
I don't fuck with. I'm a notary. I thought I was trying to
See,
see.
no, there's
Rotary
a,
International.
apparently there's a secret organization around, like, I mean, and every Thursday they have meetings and they decide the fate of like commerce in your area, and you don't even know about that shit, bro.
With the rotary service?
The Rotary, yeah.
I know people in rotary.
Oh, so you already know about the Rotary. Why am I the last one more? Like, why? How? I'm 36, about to be 37 years old. I'm just being told about this Rotary?
Yeah, I'm paying attention.
In my like 9 to 5, I gotta like ingratiate myself to rotary. Like,
So have you ever spoken at a Rotary?
yeah.
Oh, so you in? So you a black hat? Like you already got like secret society type shit? Like you were like crossing bones type shit? You already like I ain't know nothing about this, bro.
You don't want to know.
I want to know.
Stay away from rotaries and CDCs.
I heard about the CDC.
CDCs be, man.
I'm involved with a CDC right
Yeah.
now, and I don't want to have any parts of that fucking
Throw it
thing
in,
anymore. I'm sad that I it'll be the first and last experience that I have with it. But I don't know, man. The Rotary sounds like a little bit cooler than CDC. No.
Hey Ed, how's that cupcake you buried your finger into?
Which one was that?
Spaghetti and meatball. Intern, good way.
With a cupcake in your hand, you're vulnerable, and you know.
If I don't look sex symbolish in these photographs, you are terminated.
You know a guy. I'll
Sex
give you
symbol,
this
not-
motherfucker. Shout out to Levity with this Haze of Passion. I ain't have any of that. They were on episode 201. Oh, so they're gonna be on the next episode. Apparently, I forgot that we did this.
Hustle your
backwards.
mouth, boy. Hustle your mouth.
Ed, I got a story to tell you.
Tell me a story.
So like 10, 15 years ago, I get this call from my mom. And I get a call from my mom every now and then, but usually I call my mom. But I got a call from my mom. She's all excited. I was like, hey, how's things going? She says, you'll never guess who we met yesterday. Now, when she says we, she's talking about her and my grandma, her mother. She's like, you'll never guess who we met yesterday. And I said, who? Yeah, I mean,
I'm sitting here. I'm on the edge of my shit.
I'm
like,
on the
who?
I'm on the edge of my seat too. I'm like, who'd you talk to? She goes, you watch WQED, don't you? And I was like, well, yeah, a little bit. Not really, but yeah, a little bit. She goes, we met Rick Sebak.
Oh, that's who you are. Now, how you sitting in his presence?
And she was so excited that
Pretty Ricky.
yeah, Butler YMCA or YWCA.
Not a Rotary.
Not the Rotary.
Nah, he ain't on. He not bougie like that. He's out
I
there to
used to
swim.
do the Rotary
He
all
got
the
his
time.
swim membership at the YWC.
She's like, we met Rick. I was like, who's Rick?
Well, you're sitting next to pretty Ricky now. Didn't y'all just bring a tour to Cleveland? Your Pretty Ricky tour? What that just happened? The Millennium tour? It was UB2K. They should have you host that shit. How's that feel though? Now he sits here, he's telling you about a conversation with his mom where she was excited to meet you. Like that, I'd imagine that happens to you often.
What I would say is I have a comfortable level of celebrity.
Okay.
Because some people know who I am and know what I do, and other people have no idea.
That is a comfortable level.
You know? And so, and you don't know. You never know. I find that, like, my audience is more of an older crowd. So, like, I have to go to therapy for my leg 3 days a week. The young kids who run, like, when you walk in, and they have no idea.
Oh, the young girl working on your knee, she don't know.
No, there's no young girls working. The therapists know who I am, but the kids, like, check you in. They're like students, you know?
Oh, they ain't graduated yet. Okay.
Yeah. They have, you know, yeah, who cares?
But I mean,
But I'm in McGee for 7 weeks.
Wait. You were in McGee?
I went and saw that at McGee. I was like, yo, wait, you at McGee?
Were you giving birth?
No, you
Yo,
know,
is your knee pregnant?
I didn't know this in advance myself. You know, when I had to go to a skilled nursing facility, which is what the sort of PC, that's a PC way to say a nursing home. And, you know, my doctor said, if you can get into the TCU at McGee, that's where you want to be.
That's where you want
That's and she was born in McGee. Lots of people people my age were born in McGee.
Both of my kids was born in McGee, but I was trying to get in that joint.
But
problems. I'm like, put me in McGee.
I was 7 weeks with a brace on my leg, and you know,
you get epidural?
No, there was no pain. I had no pain. But, you know, so you end up in the hospital. It's unusual. You have to get people that you know to, like, go to your house and get you clothes and all that kind of stuff. And Matt Conrad helped me a ton. He was a guy that I knew from work. And I'd say, Matt, here's my key. Go in my house. You know, go up there and third drawer down. His underwear and, you know, this kind of stuff. Yeah.
I just do without the basketball.
So then
you're not going there.
After I'm there for a week or two, I say, you know, like, could you get me a couple of shirts? And I asked for shirts that had, like, you know, collar and button down and everything. And then this one nurse, Liz, oh God, Rick has gone bougie.
Yeah. You laying up with a collared
t-shirts and, you know, the
you
t-shirts.
laying up in your hospital bed with a blazer? Like,
no, I had no blazer. But you put on the collared shirt, you are Mr. Bougie.
You good for like a news spot,
Made
like
me
from
feel
the neck
good,
up.
but
like,
it didn't matter. I was too bougie for her at this point.
But I mean, like it was a different hospital stay, because like when I came and visited you, like there was like a whole like, so I mean, like it was like Rick took over McGee. Like there was a whole, like, McGee had never had that kind of fucking exposure ever until Rick came in, and then it was every day. Folks were coming in there with like cakes and like fucking, like, it was all kind of shit. Like it was every day. It was a new picture. I was like, God damn, that shit looks like fun. Like it was the most fun hospital visit. And even the day that I was there, like folks were coming in bringing like food.
Yeah, didn't you eat with us? I think. Yeah,
we had there was some they brought in the baklava. It was like
the baklava brothers or something.
There was some cookies that were there. There was a bunch of shit going on. It was a whole,
I need
like,
to do some documentaries. I was in that motherfucker eating old ass ice cream.
Yo, bro,
and weird products.
But you weren't in McGee, were you? Because McGee
it
has a garden down in the middle. And I
went to Montefiore.
I was in Montefiore for a week.
I didn't do McGee.
This is the thing I always love.
It's weird too.
Both of my parents were born at home.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's strength.
No, I mean that's what people did at the time. My parents are both from Hazelwood.
Like in the tub.
They were both born at home in Hazelwood. My mom below the tracks and my dad above the tracks.
Oh.
And at that time, that's what people did. Somehow, I mean, at the end of World War II, people start to go to the hospital.
Where you should be.
You know, to be born.
Because they know things.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm sure
my
it's better.
kids could have been born at home, but she'd have been hurting, and I'd have been frustrated. Just push them out.
Listen.
If you tight, let them go. You holding them in, you just push the motherfucker out.
I can't.
It's like you pooping. She'd be like, I can't get him out. Get him out. I can't get him. Get him out. Like we just be arguing.
I ain't cleaning that shit up. Who cleaning that up? You about to clean that up?
Oh no! Have you walked past that little blue bucket with the placenta and all that in there?
Ain't about to, like,
I've seen it.
You got to discard
Some
that.
people eat that shit.
Is that going into the dish? Like
Some
into
people
the?
eat that shit.
oh, I've seen motherfuckers cook that shit up. We ain't about to get there. I ain't even.
I'm cool. We're gonna need Pretty Rick A to tell people where they can find you, even though they already know because you're a celebrity. And Chris will need you to do the same.
Where we can find me?
Yeah, where they can find you? Yeah.
Hey,
on lines and whatnot.
I'm on QED. I'm on
pretty.
The only one that's weird is I guess on Twitter I'm Rick Around Here, but on Facebook and Instagram I'm just Rick Sebak.
Rick Sebak.
But Rick Around Here on Twitter.
Just Rick Sebak.
There's
You
only one.
are Rick Sebak. You're not just Rick Sebak. That's like saying I'm just Puff Daddy. I'm just Puff Daddy. There's no just Puffy.
I'm honored to be on Drinking Partners.
We're honored to have you. We're honored to look at you as a personal friend. And we're glad to see that you're back. You got the fresh Air Forces. I like your sock game. I'm a big sock guy. I respect the sock game.
I love socks.
Ladies, get you a man with
a
a dope sock game. You know what I mean? He pays attention to details. He'll eat it from the back. Go ahead, sir.
I say congratulations to you too.
Thank
200 is big.
Thank you. We feel so. I mean, you
Buzzy
folks,
don't feel that way because
both of you folks have made it such.
Buzzy's ready to go. He's got some shit going on that he didn't tell us.
Yeah,
about. We'll extract the information out of him.
Just a little swipe right. Yeah, Buzzy over there swiping right.
Oh, I would be wondering how many right swipes I would get on Tinder.
I do wonder. I'm not in that place anymore.
Because I'm one of them people that the photograph will really frame how I'm looked at. I'm not
I can
cute.
help you out on that.
I'm not handsome in all photographs.
No, seriously, I can help you out.
I need to get a Chris Horner on my team because I need to be favorable.
He
in
took
all
my first
photographs.
headshot was.
Are you
was a
sure?
Chris
Because
Horner.
I remember that
man.
first open mic and those people would take.
No, so I mean, there was a
was
lot
that
of
pleasure
but
bar. You
it
had-
was the
you had
first
a street
the
team.
first official whatever. There was a background setup and shit, and there was it was a
Okay.
whole ass headshot.
Well, you've had a street team since day one, but the original street team member with credentials, Chris, let them know where they can find you and your work.
All right, so I don't accept friends on Facebook, so I hate
fuck
people.
off, fuck
I-
you.
yeah.
We already famous.
But you can find me on Instagram and then Twitter at HornerPhoto1. That's with an F.
Isn't there an underscore?
The
Is there
F
an
for
underscore on
photo.
No, it's just straight
It's
Horner
just
photo
HornerPhoto1.
with an F.
Photo with an F.
And it's one because I fucked up once and I couldn't figure out how
You
to
had to
change
redo
it.
it.
I couldn't.
Lost the password.
I
I be getting
couldn't-
mad at
I couldn't
people
figure
who-
out how to change it, so I just made it one the next
I
time.
get mad at people whose email is just their name because my name's Edward Bailey. There was no way I was getting Edward Bailey at gmail.com. There's no Edward Bailey 1, Edward Bailey. You'd have to be Edward Bailey 1027. There's no way I'm just getting Edward Bailey in my email. So I feel you on that.
HornerPhoto1 with an F.
No Chris, just Horner.
Just Horner Photo.
Yeah, with an F.
With an F.
With an F.
Episode 2.
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's a lot of information.
Episode 200.
Horner Photo 1.
200,
If you add Horner Photo, you'll add him, but he will never respond.
It's not fucking with you, bro. It's not on Facebook, man.
He'll never know it happened.
It's done.
Dave, let the people know where they can find us.
Hey, man, we are the Drinking Partners 200 strong.
Two
man.
hundo.
If you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspot. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at Partnerspot. 100 fucking episodes.
Listen, yeah, that I don't know if y'all caught that, but Dave was very excited. He was so excited that he talked through his teeth. That's a level of excitement that you
That's
can
a
only
level
describe.
of
We want to
excitement.
thank Pretty Rick A. We want to thank Chris Horner for coming through. We thank you all for your continued support, your continued signal boost. That's dope. It's
1738.
200 episodes in. You guys may not understand, but that is a milestone. We've been able to sustain and grow through 200 episodes in a city where podcasting is not necessarily at the forefront of media. But Drinking Partners should be the first thing you think whenever you're trying to put some shit together because we can make that shit happen.
Yeah.
You want somebody to signal boost for you, your company, or whatever you're trying to do, your cause, call us up. You need somebody to make a night funny as fuck?
Yeah.
Call us up. If you need someone to cheat with your baby mama because you're trying to break up with us, call us up.
That's right.
No.
I'm about to start a service where I just cheat with people's baby moms so they can get out the relationship.
I've seen it.
But listen, man, we want to thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for listening through our 200th episode. Drinking Partners is the crew. Epicast is the family.
$200. 201. Come on. You already did one.
Epicast.